welcome back to Drawing for Kids. To start off, let's go over what material you'll need. You need some Crayola markers, which you can use any color markers that you like. Next, you also need some paper. In addition to that, you'll need some black markers, such as Sharpies. Okay, so as I'm going along, I'll go step by step on how to draw this character, but I really like to invite you to add your own little twist to it to make it your own. There's no pressure to necessarily draw exactly what I have, but let's use that as a guidance to see what we can come up with. As always, remember to add in a little bit of your imagination to make it your own. You can do this drawing with your family and friends, and at the end of it, maybe check out how everybody's drawing turned out at the very end. Are you ready? So we're gonna get started. Today's drawing is from a Disney movie, and let me give you some clue. It is a Disney heroine, and she's based out of Hawaii, particularly Maui. Do you know which this piece might be alluding to? Well, it is Moana, so let's get started. Starting off with Moana's face, I'm gonna have her like as a side profile. Here's her ear on one side. I'm also gonna do her very long wavy hair on the very top as well. That's blowing in the wind. So these are not gonna be straight lines. They'll just be a lot of mini curvy lines, because I want her hair to be flowing in the air. It's going to be a little bit messy, and in general you'll see that the wavy lines will go towards one direction because that's the opposite direction of where the wind is coming from. So here I'm going to continue to draw some wavy lines to extend from her head to behind her body. If you have a larger piece of paper, you can have her hair like go much longer, but this is how her hair looks like roughly. Next, I'm going to draw the facial features for Moana, drawing her eyebrows in as well as her eyes. So here's where I think her eyebrows will be. Of course, eyebrows can actually express a person a lot. So you can have like eyebrows that expresses a surprise or anger. So like you can play around with this piece and like see how like when you have the eyebrows in different angles, it shows different expressions. Here I'm drawing in her actual eyes. You can have rounder eyes, larger eyes, or smaller eyes for Moana as well. For her nose, I'm doing a smaller nose right here. Some people prefer a dot for a nose, which you can as well, or you can do larger nose or smaller noses. For her mouth, I'm gonna have her have like a smile. Of course, she can have her mouth open where she's laughing out loud. Maybe she's laughing at a very funny joke. Keep in mind that what I'm drawing right now is not necessarily something you have to copy exactly as it is. You can feel free to use your own creativity to make Moana your own. So every single drawing that you may be doing will be a little bit different from what I'll be drawing. Here I have Moana extending one hand, which I think she'll hold on to a paddle of some sort. And then here on the other side is her second hand. You can choose to have her hold on to a, let's say, a paddle on one hand, or maybe paddle on both hands, or maybe she's holding a seashell on the other. I really suggest you to use your imagination and make this drawing fun and a little bit of your own. I think what really helps me is thinking about the story behind whatever you're drawing. For example, what is Moana doing? Is she preparing for a village celebration? Is she preparing for a swim? Maybe she's going to a birthday party. Like having a story behind your character will help you figure out like what position you want the character to be in, or like what accessories that he or she may be wearing. That at least is something that really helps me make my drawing unique. And also when you're done, you can show it to your family and friends and tell them about the story behind your piece. Here I'm just drawing in her dress. She has a piece of fabric that's wrapped around a knot on the side of her dress, and then this is the rest of her skirt. So here, this is more of like a baby version of Moana. Also want a little bit of frills at the end of her dress. and they're all different lengths as you can see here. I'm almost done. Of course, I can't forget Moana's legs and her feet. So here, I'm gonna draw one of her foot and then her other foot on the other side. I have her barefooted here, but of course you can draw in shoes. She could be wearing boots, so really like use your imagination. Here I'm gonna draw in the paddle that she'll be holding. If you want, let's say if you're gifting this to your mom for like Mother's Day, you can draw in like maybe a bouquet of flowers, or you're gifting to someone for their birthday. So Moana can be holding a sign that says happy birthday. Those are all ideas you can use to figure out how to make the drawing unique and hopefully tailor to whoever you're gifting this drawing to. Here I'm just adding a little ribbon that's trailing from the paddle, and I'm about done. Next I'm going to start coloring Moana. Of course we know that there are some traditional colors for Moana, but not all of us will have the whole color range that we see in the movies, so sometimes we'll have to change around what colors are available. After all, for drawings, it's supposed to be fun and you're supposed to enjoy the experience, so don't feel pressured that the colors have to be exactly the same as what's in the movies, because sometimes you just have a limited color palette, and it's also okay to use your own imagination and use your own colors. So for example, Moana, maybe her dress is not purple, but all you have is purple crayons, and I think it's perfectly fine to color in a purple dress for Moana. Maybe she's going to a purple party, and maybe it's not Moana herself, it's like her really good friend, and her friend likes purple dresses. So it's okay that you don't have the exact colors of what's in the movies or what the original character is, because it's okay to use your imagination. So here, I think that Moana has a lighter shade skin, but this is the only color that I have, so I'm just gonna use it. Keep in mind that sometimes your drawing may not work out exactly the way that you expect it to. That is okay too. Just so you know, for some of my drawings, it actually takes me several tries before I get to something that I'm happy with. So don't feel pressured that sometimes it doesn't look exactly right. It's okay. You can always grab a fresh piece of paper and start again. And another thing is that let's say sometimes you start again and it doesn't work out. It's okay to also take a break, maybe take a walk around, do a game, like sing a song, do a little dance, do something different, and then come back to it later. I find that a little break from drawing sometimes helps in making it a lot better when you're coming back with a fresh mindset. Now I'm using orange to color in the ribbon on the side of Moana. Just making sure I color within the lines. I try my best to color all the spaces to make sure there's no white gaps. Of course, it's never perfect, but that's okay. I'm happy with how it looks like. Of course, we can't forget to color in Moana's hair. I have this darker umber or brown color here. Just gonna start coloring in her hair. Another way I think you could do this is just coloring them in strand by strand and just draw in her hair, the wavy hair, with the marker itself. But for now, I'm gonna color in her hair like a large color block, like I was coloring in a coloring book. I'm also going to use this pink color to add a little bit of blush to her face. I think it makes her look so much cuter. And then I'm going to use this kind of like aquamarine, like teal color to color the amulet or the shell that's around her neck. And I just thought I'll add a splash of yellow as well. I think she looks pretty good so far. Of course, you can also use your imagination to color in the background for Moana. Is she by the ocean? You can draw in some waves in the background. Maybe some starfish that is around the sand on the bottom of her feet. Maybe she's on a boat. So use your imagination and like fill in the background of what you think Moana may be doing. So here's a closer look at the piece. Thank you so much for joining me on this easy step-by-step drawing of Moana from Disney. Hope you enjoyed it. I would love to hear from you if there's other characters you'd like me to draw in future step-by-step drawings. And if you like the step-by-step drawings in this YouTube channel, I appreciate it very much if you consider giving this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me on another video. Hopefully I will see you next time. Stay safe and stay creative, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.